My baby's fit like a daydream, walking with his head down. I'm the one he's walking to. I hope your week is going great. For those of you that have listened to Reputation, I want to know everything that you thought about it. I spent most of my weekend listening to Call It What You Want. I'm not even joking when I say I think I listened to it at least 362 times. I don't know if you all have heard this song, but as I was listening, I kind of caught on to the story that Taylor is telling in this song. She's talking about falling in love with this guy, and all of a sudden everything comes together and she's better than she ever was. And I found myself relating to this song a lot because I have been that girl so many times. I have been the girl who is waiting for the right guy to come along to fix everything and make my life happily ever after. When I was living with that attitude, and in moments now where I still find myself living with that attitude, I can be really tempted to fall into some really bad choices. I constantly found myself reminded of the fact that the only person that can truly love me the way I needed to be loved is Jesus in his infinite and perfect love. As I would fall into sin and temptation, the more I found myself needing confession, the more I found myself needing to restore that right relationship with Jesus. And confession hasn't always been a very easy thing for me. It's never fun to go sit down in front of someone and tell them your worst regrets, but it is one of my favorite things. A few important things that I try to keep in mind as I go into confession, and I wanted to share them with you. There are 4 things that I think every person should do when they go into confession, just to kind of put you in the right state of mind and get yourself prepared to receive the coolest sacrament. I mean, maybe not the coolest because there's like 7 and they're all equally cool. The first thing that I think is super important to remember when you go into confession is do not be afraid. There's no reason to be afraid when it comes to confession because you're owning up to things from your past that Jesus is already aware of. And so you're not going to surprise him or shock him or scandalize him by being honest with him about the things that you've struggled with in the past. Additionally, a priest is never going to be surprised or shocked by anything that you have to say either. I guarantee you he's heard it all, and he's not going to allow your sins to fester away inside of him. It's not going to affect him. He's there to offer you the grace of the sacrament. Number 2, be incredibly honest and open with your confessor. Be totally real about the things that you're struggling with. I've found that the greatest confessions I've had were the ones where I didn't beat around the bush, didn't try to make things sound pretty. I just was straight up and honest about the things that I did and that I was sorry for them. Number 3, listen to what the priest has to say to you. Listen to what your confessor is telling you. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten so worked up and so nervous before going into confession that by the time I'm done saying my sins, I like black out and don't even hear what the priest is saying to me. But it is incredibly valuable stuff. When we're in the sacrament of confession, we are given grace to grow and to be better in the future, but the priest also usually has incredibly valuable practical advice for us that we can apply in our daily lives to help us avoid sins and grow in virtue and holiness. Number 4, celebrate the gift of God's mercy. As soon as you get out of the confession, make that penance, do what you gotta do, and then celebrate. If you want to pop on Reputation and dance a little bit to it, then I encourage you to do just that, because God's mercy is infinite and endless, and it's the source of our happiness and fulfillment. If that's not a reason to celebrate, I do not know what is. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to comment below and let us know what you think of this video, anything else out there that you'd like us to be talking about. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and catch us here every week here on Real Talk. Okay, I like wrote her off every single time she put out a single off this album, and now I'm just like stoked to hear the whole thing.